Mr. Stefanus Wijaya from Bisakita, distinguished participant, good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good afternoon to all of you. It is indeed a pleasure for me to be in the opening of Indonesia Startup Insight 2020. I presented my credential as an ambassador of Indonesia to Singapore to President Halimah Yacob yesterday, and I conveyed to the President that one of the areas of cooperation that I wish to strengthen further is on digital economy. As such, I am so pleased to officially open this event, as I hope Indonesia Startup Insight can help promote investment for Indonesia startup and for the startup to gain more exposure. Participants, ladies and gentlemen, President Joko Widodo has recognized the importance of digital development to Indonesia's future, and the government is working to support innovation and technology development to unleash Indonesia's digital potential. Our next question for us now, how can Indonesia achieve its digital potential? I want to highlight four aspects that I firmly believe to be the right ingredient for us to achieve Indonesia digital potential, namely, first, expanding access to people. Second, providing access to capital. Third, multiplying access to talent. And fourth, international cooperation. Allow me to describe that four main aspects. First, expanding access to people. Progress on creating widely accessible and affordable internet access in Indonesia is not as fast as we expect. A recent study called the Inclusive Internet Index by the Economist Intelligence and Facebook placed Indonesia in the lower half globally, or 57 among 100 countries and 4 among other lower middle income countries when it comes to its internet inclusiveness. To expand internet access, the Indonesian government launched a $20 billion 5-year national broadband plan in 2014. The plan seeks to leverage government funding and private sector investment to expand internet access throughout the country, allowing more Indonesians to get connected and allowing the government to utilize technology to improve services delivery, including healthcare, education, and other e-government initiatives. We have implemented the Palaparing project, a submarine broadband network connecting 540 cities and districts and 5,000 base transceiver station or BTS program, with a view to expanding cellular service in rural area for wider mobile coverage. Second, we have to work together to ensure that Indonesia innovators have access to capital. This is a critical element of any digital economy. The government of Indonesia seeks to grow the digital economy tenfold to $130 billion and support the creation of 1,000 new technopreneurs by 2020. This is an ambitious goal, but it is also an achievable goal. I am pleased that Pak Stefanus and his team has initiated this annual event to facilitate Indonesian startups to present their innovation. Third, international cooperation and investment. As I previously mentioned, although the government of Indonesia has provided more access to capital, and there has been a number of homegrown Indonesia venture capital investors that provide similar funding and support to local startups. But Indonesian capital will not be sufficient to meet the growing need of Indonesian vibrant digital ecosystem. For that reason, Indonesia welcomes foreign capital investment in Indonesia tech sector of any size from any place, as it represents a vote of confidence in Indonesia digital future that will help guide the success of our technopreneur the government aims to support. We must provide Indonesia tech startup all the tools they need to succeed, and more sources of capital is a critical tool in their toolbox. In this regard, I'm pleased to note that Singapore and other countries continue to invest in Indonesia, even in time of current pandemic. Finally, startups need access to talent. Prime Minister of Singapore stressed the importance of talent. Singapore tries to attract more talent globally come to Singapore. Indonesia has a lot of tech talent, and this can be seen in the growing number of participants in this event. To support this particular notion, on the government part, I am pleased to inform you that there have been a number of cooperation between universities and higher education in Singapore and Indonesia on digital training. I take note with highest appreciation that Pak Stefanus and his team have been working very hard to enable young talent from across Indonesia to gain exposure and possible gain investment for their businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, this Indonesia Startup Insight event is one of the great avenues for Indonesia startup to gain more exposure, more access to talent, and most importantly, more access to capital, which at the end can help achieve Indonesia's digital economic potential. And we all know that we cannot reach it overnight. It will take time, hard work, and a conducive policy environment to make it happen. It will take the access to people and market, access to capital, and access to talent I discussed previously. It will take international cooperation and investment to strengthen lead Indonesia digital transformation. I have no doubt that within Indonesia young population, and maybe right here in this event, we will find the next Pak Nadiem Makarim, the founders of Gojek, Pak William Tanuwijaya, the founders of Tokopedia, or even the next Bill Gates, the next Steve Jobs, and the next Mark Zuckerberg. The future is yours, and it is a digital future. Thank you, and I hope the event will go well and bring concrete results for Indonesian startups. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.